Hey everybody, Fletcher here. Welcome. Today I want to talk to you about the ultimate success formula. I know that sounds big, and well, that's because it is. But it's less of a mystery than you might think. It's actually a simple formula, but it's so powerful that it has allowed men and women to create billion-dollar empires such as Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Harpo Productions. It's what also is behind every successful small business as well. It's what allows everyday people like you and me to create our dreams and excel in life. This formula is comprised of time-tested principles, and it's what allowed Rotary International and its partners to almost completely eradicate polio. It's what peacemakers such as Mother Teresa and Nelson Mandela embodied and practiced and allowed them to spread a message of compassion, tolerance, and peace. When this success formula is followed, people can literally create the marriage of their dreams and financial abundance. They can follow dreams of education. They can create health and vitality. This is the ultimate success formula. So, are you ready? Then let's get to it. Brian Tracy says, your ability to discipline yourself to set clear goals and then to work toward them every day will do more to guarantee your success than any other single factor. So the first thing we're going to discuss is clarity. Clarity provides access to action, and action is power. Successful people know exactly what they want, and they have a clear direction and plan of action to reach their desired results. So let's take money, for example. Do you want to make a lot of money? Well, first you have to define a lot. You see, successful people know the exact amount that they want to generate, sometimes right down to that very last penny. So wishing for lots of money is vague and not measurable. So defining measurable results is key so you can know if you're on track or off track. If you think you're off track, you need to know by how much so you can modify your plan. If you want to make $75,000 or $175,000 a year, write it down, repeat it out loud, repeat it to yourself often so your subconscious will know, oh, this is the amount that we're going to be making now, and this is where I want to be. Then you'll be able to focus on the outcome and look for ways to generate it. Your ability to discipline yourself, to set clear goals, and then to work toward them every day will do more to guarantee your success than any other single factor. Clarity is key. So if you don't have a clear target, you can never hit it. In fact, without a target, you won't even know which way to aim. So get clear. Get clear about what you want. One of my clients, Susan, had a goal of having money in her savings. When I asked her how much she wanted to save, she didn't have an answer. And further questioning revealed that not only did she not have an idea of what she wanted to save, but she didn't even have a savings account. So after a realistic conversation about her bills and how much money she made each month, it became clear that she could immediately begin putting $100 a month into a savings account. And while that may not seem like much to some, to those with zero in savings, $100 each month is huge. In just 12 months, she would have $1,200. That's a lot more than zero. So armed with a plan of action, Susan went to work that very same week, and she went to the bank, opened a savings account, and put in $100. How do you think she felt? Yep, you got it. Susan felt great. She felt responsible and proud that she had created momentum so quickly. And it all started with a shift in her thinking and clarity about her finances. So, if you want to get healthy, what does that mean to you? Does it mean you want to feel energetic, or do you want to lose weight? And if so, how much weight do you want to lose? Is your goal to run a 5K, a 10K, or a full marathon? Or perhaps you might simply want to be able to walk up a flight of stairs without feeling winded. Do you want a savings account? Do you want money in the stock market? How much money exactly? How much money after 1 year, after 2 years, after 5 years? You see, the more specific you are about your plan, the more likely it is that you'll actually achieve it. When Rebecca came to me, she was 60 years old and taking medications for type 2 diabetes. She was battling depression, unhappy with her body, and did not feel well physically or mentally. She was worried that she would be stuck with her current weight or worse for the rest of her life. As we worked together, she began to see, aside that from not wanting to be sick all the time, she had zero clarity around what she actually wanted for her health. But when she began to get a clear picture of what she actually wanted her life to look like, changes began happening immediately. Rebecca joined a gym, lost weight, started to regulate her blood pressure and blood sugar levels, and 5 months later, she and a group of like-minded people signed up for their first ever triathlon. She purchased a bike, she began to swim and walk regularly, and not surprisingly, her depression lifted as well. Rebecca was able to take control and begin enjoying her life because she was able to get clarity about how she wanted to experience it. Clarity, a shift in thinking, and setting clear goals, that's where it all starts. So, do you want to pay off debt? Do you want to go back to college, start that business, buy a new car, take the time to get very clear about what you want and when you want it? Set a date, create a plan of action, and go for it. So take a moment and write down some goals. It may help to divide them up into health, finances, relationships, work, and play. Don't forget play. Play is very important. Divide the goals into 1 month, 3 month, 1 year, and 5 year goals. If 5 years is too far out there for you, stick with the 1 month, 3 month, and 1 year. But get clear, be specific, dream, and have fun with it. So step 1 in the ultimate success formula is to get clarity. Clarity about what you want. And once you get clear about what you want, I want you to get clear about why you want it. Because when you know your why, you're going to find a way to make it happen. So what are your whys? That might seem like a strange question, but I can't emphasize enough how important this step is to your success. If you don't know why you want something, then manifesting it will be very challenging. Knowing why you want what you want is the often overlooked factor that will compel you to actually manifest that goal. So if you want to make that 75 grand or 175,000, but don't have any compelling reasons why, you're not going to be inclined to take action. Or you might take some action, but then become easily discouraged. However, if you determine that $75,000 a year will allow you to pay off one of your debts, increase your savings, or take your family on a much needed vacation, or start that college fund, then you suddenly have a very strong reason to get into action. So maybe paying off a debt will allow you to pay more towards a second debt, thereby speeding up the payoff of all of your debts. Imagine being completely debt-free. What would you do with all that additional money? Start padding your savings account? Create an emergency fund, donate to a cause, or maybe you and your spouse have been dreaming about that perfect vacation filled with warm ocean water and beautiful sunsets. How good would it feel to create financial abundance? The good news is you can, but it's crucial that you begin to focus on those whys. And when you imagine being on vacation or being debt-free, use at least 2 of your senses to really experience the feeling. Remember, your brain can't tell the difference between an imagined experience and a real one. So close your eyes and take a moment to really feel what it will be like. The more time you spend in this state of actually experiencing these achievements, the more momentum you will have towards your goals. Long before he was a world-renowned bodybuilder and a 7-time Mr. Olympia, Arnold Schwarzenegger practiced visualization to reach his goals. This is what he says: "I had this fixed idea of growing a body like the famous bodybuilder Reg Parks. The model was there in my mind. I only had to grow enough to fill it. The more I focused on this image and worked and grew, the more I saw it was real and possible for me to be like him." He goes on to explain that later, when he successfully transitioned into acting and politics, he used the same technique. "It's the same process I used in bodybuilding," he says. What you do is create a vision of who you want to be and then live that picture as if it were already true. The top achievers of the world typically visualize at least one time per day, and you can harness the power of this secret by doing the same thing. Create powerful whys in your life, and they will pull you forward towards your dreams. So list each of your goals and ask yourself why they're important to you, and write down your whys right next to each of your goals. Then close your eyes and picture yourself accomplishing each goal. See that zero balance on your debt. See that huge savings account on the other side. See yourself and your family taking that vacation, getting on the plane, checking into the hotel, playing in the sand, enjoying the sunsets, and being together. I love those types of vacations. Share your list with someone close to you for extra accountability. Okay? Now, there are 2 more ingredients to the ultimate success formula, but this video is getting long enough, so check out that second half by clicking on the link in the description here, or visit www.fletcherellingson.com, where it will also be posted. And by the way, you don't have to do this work alone. The most successful people in the world haven't done it alone. They have coaches and mentors. So I encourage you to contact me and let's work together. When you have a high level of accountability and someone to guide you through the process, you'll reach your goals exponentially faster than you just doing it on your own. I personally have hired coaches and mentors, and it has made a huge difference. So call me. Let's take on your life together. Start creating your life instead of letting it happen to you. You know all those things you want to do but have put off until someday? You know what I mean, right? Someday I will take that trip. Someday I'll learn that language or take that class or work on my marriage or start that business. Well, someday has arrived. Someday is today. Your life is now. So sign up for my free online course called Your Life Is Now. Visit FletcherEllingson.com or contact me and I'll personally coach you. It's an incredibly powerful experience and you can contact me for a free consultation. Again, visit FletcherEllingson.com. I look forward to meeting you. Until then, stay in action. I believe in you.